What's up, my sisters fans? It's your girl Barbie J here, and I have a question to ask you. And it's pertaining to two of the characters, but I don't know if I need to start from the beginning or not. However, my question is really, I guess, more leaning towards Sabrina, but it's because of the relationship she's in with Rich. And that question is or was Sabrina wrong for choosing herself? We all know from the beginning when she first met Rich that she was already interested in doing that in vitro, whatever thing with the fertilizing the eggs and wanting to have a child, even though she wasn't married or dating anyone. And even with her knowing this is what she wanted to do and she wanted to preserve these eggs and freeze them, she gets into a relationship with a man who told her from day one he will never get married again and he will never have children. That was his desire. So we knew this relationship was going to be doomed from the beginning. Okay? Not sure why Sabrina moved forward with this relationship, but as we go further down the line, something happened again, whereas they were in the juice bar and she was like, maybe we should go our separate ways. And he asked her to not to go, to stay and let's see what happens. Maybe things will change. He was being selfish. That's what he was doing. And he still was on that. I don't want to have children. But then, as their relationship kept going along and going along, there came many a times where Rich accused her of lying. There's at least 3 times I know of that he accused her of lying, or that he walked away like a child instead of allowing her to explain or to talk about it together as adults. He refused to do that, but she still kept taking him back. But the only thing that's changed his mind about having children is when he saw that she had a sperm donor and he didn't like the way the sperm donor was looking at her. He knew that Damani was interested in Sabrina. She's a beautiful chocolate woman. Who wouldn't be interested in her? You know what I mean? So here he sees she's excited about this sperm donor that she has, and he tells his boys about it. His boys are like, well, dude, why you don't want to have kids? Kids are wonderful, this and that. Jordan is like, when I get married, I really want to have kids. And Tony was like, his 2 kids, he just love having kids, even though they baby kids, they spawn of Satan and all kind of craziness he got. So, and he don't even take care of them. So I don't even know why, because they live with their mother. So I'm not sure why he was loving them. I guess he did for a while when he was with his wife. But anyway, I digress. Rich allowed Tony and Jordan to talk him into wanting kids, something he's been saying for months, for years, that he didn't want. And in a 5-10 minute conversation in the juice bar, he done changed his mind. That was because he didn't want Damani to have any kind of relationship with Sabrina. And that's all it was about. He didn't really want children. Somebody put it down in the comment section if they thought that Rich really, really wanted kids, or that he was only doing it because of Damani and he was trying to stop Sabrina from using him. But okay, now he runs in there, he interrupts her session, and he's like, I love you, I want to be with you, and I want to have your kids. So now he want to use his sperm. His sperm is not viable now because he has the sickle cell trait. A new mother can have second thoughts about this now. Do you really want your child to be born with the trait? Because I think they automatically get the trait. The child might pass it on. I mean, the adult passes it on to the child. At least that's what happened with my son. But then once again, something happens and Rich is accusing Sabrina of something again. That she's like, let me explain. He doesn't want her to explain. One of the times he basically called her liar. The other time he was like, she full of ish. He's immature and doesn't know how to handle a decent relationship. These are the guys who are supposed to be these great men, and they really needed to give us some backstory on why they were all divorced. Because it's so funny that these three are supposed to be the three greatest guys, but all three of them are divorced. And nobody ever talks about that, you know? The other thing is, it seems to take Rich all his hours and days to get himself together to come and apologize. Well, he doesn't apologize, but to come to a realization that he may have been wrong about something and he just lost his cool. And then we hear Jordan tell him that he's a hothead and he always has one of his meltdowns and loses it and stuff. That doesn't make a good man. That doesn't make a good relationship at all. You can't have a relationship with somebody who loses it like that all the time. And we've seen it way too many times. So, bottom line, because I've heard content creators trying to blame Sabrina and saying she's wrong for what she did because she told him she's going to use Diamante. Oh, that's my nephew's name. Sorry. She's going to use Damani's sperm, and have her eggs frozen and stuff. And I don't get it. He doesn't listen to Sabrina. I don't see that Rich listens to Sabrina. She let him know I wasn't talking about having a baby right now. She said I wanted to freeze him for later on down the road when I was ready. He wanted them to jump in the bed and start making babies right away. And she was like, no, can't do that. But why should she sacrifice her dream, what she wants, for him? Somebody put it down in the comment section. Is Sabrina wrong for choosing herself? Now, please listen to this clip that I've attached and tell me, is it possible that this little masterclass with Miss Marie is what helped Sabrina make her decision to choose herself?
So I understand that you want to have a baby with a man who doesn't want to, but now he's on board. Baby, a wavering man does not a good father make.
I understand, Miss Marie. Honestly, I probably don't even have anything to worry about because Rich's sperm is ineligible to fertilize my eggs anyway, so.
Sometimes man's rejection is God's protection. So you cannot allow this little setback with your bow to stop you from reaching your end game. You've heard of there being more fish in the sea?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, baby, there is more sperm in the bank.
Thank you.
So as you see, Miss Marie had some good advice for Sabrina. And honestly, I think this talk with Miss Marie is what gave Sabrina that courage and confidence that she needed to choose herself, to tell Rich no more, to tell Rich, I am a queen and deserve to be respected as a queen and not being treated the way that you continuously treat me or how he continuously makes her feel. And so again, I asked this question, is Sabrina wrong for choosing herself and for dropping Rich? Look how quick he slept with somebody else. She went on a business trip with Damani. He knew what it was about, that the bank wanted her to go on this trip or something. She got selected to speak or whatever it was. And he still told me she went away with this dude like it was a trip. And then his boy, he talked about her so bad that when she come back in the airport, his boy, Tony, thinks he has the right to disrespect Damani and Sabrina. That's a problem. And Space Cadet Sabrina goes right back over to the juice bar and try to still have this relationship with him when he's talking about you to his boy and his boy is being disrespectful. I'm so confused how the writers are writing this stuff. But no, it's not about that though. It's all about Sabrina. And I just want to say Sabrina was not wrong for choosing herself. Sabrina has the right to choose whoever sperm she wants to choose. If you don't get it and you can't fall in line with it, then too bad for you. Sorry, Rich, but that's the way I feel about it. And as women, we need to stand strong and not be doing things because of a man, because that man might leave you one day. I was fearing that one day, if she did use Rich's sperm, that he would just wake up one day and say, this is why I didn't want to have children. I lost my job or my business, and now the baby needs this and the baby needs that. This is why I didn't want to have a baby. That's what things that could happen later on down the line. And that's what she had to probably think about and be aware of. So y'all let me know your thoughts about this, down in the comment section. I'm interested in hearing what other people have to say about this question. Was Sabrina wrong for choosing herself? And I will see you all in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying, please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Peace.